I am gaming. I am gaming. I am gaming podcast.
Hey everybody, my name is Ivica. Thank you so much for being on the latest episode of I'm Gaming podcast. This is a podcast about the video game industry, entrepreneurship, gaming nostalgia, LinkedIn, systems of gaining free content, and many more cool things I find to be in the same realm of business and creative ventures. Like always, first and foremost, a huge thanks goes to my Patreon supporters. All of you really and truly make this podcast possible. I'm incredibly grateful and thankful for your presence and for the fact that you continue to support I'm Gaming Podcast. So once again, a big thanks to all of you. Everyone else, please check out the description below and all of my Patreon supporters and support their ventures. Now, this is episode 214 and it's going to be all about LinkedIn and the ingenious way it got people to create content for it for free. Now, I'm always interested and focused on ways that systems, large and small, find ways to use the resources and the potential they have at their disposal in a way that is pretty innovative and often maybe not that ethically clear, but I'm certain from the perspective of those same entities, it's crystal clear that they're in a completely non-problematic ethical spot, and the same goes for LinkedIn. Now, of course, LinkedIn is a pretty weird social media and a professional network that is always evolving into pretty odd ways. Now, often people use it like any other social media and use it to kind of get other people, professionals and businesses to pay attention to them, and it blossomed into something much bigger than initially just like a system of registering and having access to all professionals. Now it's more similar to early Facebook in my view than anything else, where people leave long posts about their thoughts about life and stuff, and business of course, and of course many people try to sell you something, you try to get clients, all of that normal stuff. However, a few months ago I noticed that LinkedIn began this program of creating something like collaborative articles on something that is most likely AI generated topics. So you get a notification as a LinkedIn user that you've been selected to answer. For example, the latest one I got is you've been selected to answer. You're managing community. How can you keep it safe and productive? Now, I'm not a community management guy. I have some experience in that domain, but I'm pretty sure that LinkedIn is using an AI script that is basically imagining these topics and then sending out these notifications to all of their users, which first and foremost kind of get you that sense that you've been selected by the great LinkedIn gods, even though everyone is getting selected all the time most likely, and there is thousands if not hundreds of thousands of people who get the same notification on a bunch of topics. And then you go to that topic and you basically have a collaborative article where you leave your thoughts and ideas, how to manage a community in this case, I have no idea, but you leave comments and thoughts and answers, which kind of then get mashed into a article that other people can see, leave comments, leave likes, and so forth. In the not actually response, as a thanks to all of these, let's say, collaborative efforts, you can get badges from LinkedIn, like becoming a top voice in a field and similar stuff. Of course, none of this matters to you as a professional unless you're really into some kind of online sales process, I'm guessing, but even then it's really kind of hard to gauge what does this bring to you, and many people are pretty skeptical about all of those badges and voices because it kind of all boils down to the idea of being a shameless self-promoter, which is okay, but in this case you're becoming a shameless self-promoter so that you can create content for LinkedIn for free. It is manipulating that sense of being special and getting seen. And best of all, a lot of users who leave those collaborative articles, I'm pretty sure think that they are actually playing one on LinkedIn, even though they are the ones being played. It's of course completely legit and valid if you want to create articles and get people to see you and self-promote yourself. But in this case, you're thinking that LinkedIn is using you to promote yourself, even though it's basically just creating free content for itself, allowing more people to become engaged on LinkedIn for longer, and basically getting all of the rewards. I'm pretty certain that you're not going to get a bunch of offers for jobs based on the fact that you have a badge that says top voice in the LinkedIn community for community management. But it still feels good. It's one more example of how social media is using the fact that we need that dopamine boost, that dopamine tick, when we first of all see that we've been selected by the incredible LinkedIn to provide our in-depth, brilliant thoughts and ideas about stuff, super random stuff selected by an AI script. Again, I'm pretty sure it's an AI script, so that you can help LinkedIn keep more users longer on your platform. But it's not your platform, it's LinkedIn's platform. So again, I'm fascinated by the ability of major businesses to mule out, to push out this content of this type, and to have people really be happy and fulfilled by the fact that they can get a chance to create content for LinkedIn for free without any backward benefit, apart from getting noticed by other people who are actively and aggressively trying to promote themselves. So it's basically a bunch of people trying to sell themselves, selling themselves to a bunch of other people who are not buying anything, they are just trying to sell themselves as well. Now, of course, I'm certain that many people would say, no, I'm getting a lot of benefits from these articles. I'm actually the one who's using and exploiting the fact that LinkedIn is giving me this opportunity. But the sad fact remains that they are still inviting you to play under their rules, at their court, and for their benefit. The fact that you're doing it is okay, but the benefits would be much larger if you did that in your ecosystem, which you then promote on LinkedIn, not through LinkedIn's systems of generating free content that will keep users engaged for longer on their platform. So again, it's not anything that is criminal or insane or something that breaks the terms of services of LinkedIn from the LinkedIn's perspective, but again shows how easily can we be manipulated through that combination of basically getting something like a compliment, making you feel special, and then leaving you work for free for zero benefit, apart from things that you imagine that you're getting with those badges and recognition of other people who are desperate to get recognized, while no one who is buying is most likely interested in any of that, and they're buying using a completely different set of parameters. But this feels good. It's something that is easy to do. You just go write that comment, look at those thumbs ups and other reactions, and feel that sense of I did something. But nah, you didn't. You just gave free content to LinkedIn, which did something for itself. There you go. Hopefully you found this episode interesting. I had to make this episode because I'm continuously fascinated by that process on LinkedIn, and in one sense I'm impressed by their idea and how they pulled it off, but on the other hand, I'd like to kind of get it out there that is a benefit that is linked in primarily, only, and totally. That's all for this episode. Thanks once again. Thank you so much to my Patreon supporters. You really make this, again, like I said before, possible. And without you, I'm Gaming Podcast would not be around. This was episode 214. Everyone else, if you're a first-time listener, please consider subscribing. You can also become my Patreon supporter. I would love to promote your venture in return. You can buy my books on Amazon. You can send me money directly if you'd like to do that for some reason. But again, simplest, easiest, cheapest way is to subscribe to my channel and be here for my new videos, which are, let's say, pretty diverse, but include this podcast as well. That's all for me. My name is Ivica. Have a great week. Please don't make content for free from LinkedIn. And I'll see you on episode 215. Until then, bye-bye.